And hey guys, everybody checking this out when this was published, aka not watching this live. Hopefully I remember to comment in the comment section that when the actual simulation takes place. Otherwise, if you don't have an hour or whatever the simulation would take to set aside to watch it, I'll be doing like about a 10-minute highlight reel of everything that happened in the stream, everything that was noteworthy, so you can just check that out later if that sounds better for you. But sit back, hold tight, and I'll get everything set up on my end. Oh, looks like we're ready. Check out the rosters. And a few noteworthy things to think about for the Vikings roster. Of course, this is all good to go. Even though Bradford should not have that I next to his name, he's active now. Is first off, no Nick Easton. And we put Rummers to a left guard, which is interesting. We'll see if we do that again. The biggest thing is whether or not Sendejo will be healthy. So before I jump to conclusions, what do you guys think about the health of Sendejo? I think there's a decent chance he plays, and I'll say for Shamar Stephen, probably like 80% chance he's out, and an okay chance he's gone. But I really like Jaleel Johnson. I think he could be our future 3 technique. And as you see here, it's a 1 overall drop off if you guys think Madden overall mean anything. He's in? Alright. So before we Bryce the Brothelson, he's in. How you doing, Jacob? So we will go see if anything's messed up here. Keenum, Murray, Ham, Diggs, Thielen, Treadwell. All right. Reef, are we gonna put? I have not seen an update on the knee at all. Should I put Rummers back at left guard? In order to do that, I'll have to go over here, go Rashad Hill, and then go Rummers left guard. I don't know if they'll do it again. I think it worked okay early in the game, but then all of a sudden the Saints kind of came through and made our offensive line look like garbage. So I don't know if that's the best way to go about it or not. And if you guys don't have any Eagles injuries, pop them in here too. But we'll go this for now. I really like Elfline. I think he had a somewhat bad game last week. I didn't really see him do a whole lot positive. Hopefully he can jump back. I know he was coming back a little bit hurt, but I still really like Elfline. Berger And Hill had the worst game at right tackle, but he was going against the best lineman ever made. Are you sure Carson Wentz is out? I think they should put Isadora in at guard too. I really like him, especially if Shad Hill continues to struggle. Maybe they could do that at halftime. And let's just say Jaleel Johnson's here. I almost want to. Yeah, let's do it. I'll put B-Rob. Because that's what the Vikings did that game. I don't know if they will activate Jaleel Johnson, because I'm pretty sure he's on the active roster. He's just not activated during games. Or if he's not, he's just really low on the depth chart. But I really like Jaleel Johnson. But I think having B-Rob right here makes a whole lot of sense, because this is Madden, after all. Why does B-Rob look so weird in his picture? But when we go in those pass rush situations, he could go in here as well. So I think that works out pretty well. Yeah, I really kind of hope this week we kind of we can almost abandon the run as soon as possible. I don't see Latavius Murray having a good game at all against the Eagles. I think I think we use Jerick McKinnon and we use him more in the pass game. I'm okay if we only run the ball 10 to 15 times next week. Because the Eagles secondary is about average, but their their defensive line is like the best in the game. So hopefully they do okay. I've heard really mixed reviews on Xavier Rhodes' game. I know he had ups and downs. He gave up a touchdown. They also, in the last drive for the Saints, it was over 3 on Rhodes and Michael Thomas. I believe in the game it was like 3 for 8 for like 45 yards. So it's still pretty much shut down. And Bryce said Sendejo's playing, so we're going to say he's playing. I'm pretty sure Shales has been returning kicks too. Big play layover Rhodes. Oh. Alright, so I think that's about it. Let's go to the Eagles. And my boy Carson Wentz is going to go on the field with a tear ACL, and that'd be something else. Foles, Ajayi. I'm pretty sure they have nothing new. Hey, what? They have a interesting choice by Madden. Yeah. Our backup fullbacks, the defensive tackle. These are the Madden rosters, by the way. I had nothing to do with them. This is gonna be a really fun matchup. Alshon on Rhodes, and I don't know. I have to look at the past games with Alshon Jeffrey with the Bears against the Vikings to see how good he did against Rhodes. But I would have to think that I don't remember Alshon doing good against the Vikings at all, so I feel pretty really good about that matchup. And I don't think I have to change anything about. See, look at this defensive line. You have a 95. His backup's a 79. Then 84, 76. It's really really good as far as the starter and the depth. Then you have a 93, 84, 74. So these are three really solid players too. Fletcher Cox, one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Let's see where he ranks overall according to Madden. I can't do that on the depth chart. But I'd probably say he's probably like top 3 or so. And he's, what is he? He's their nose guard, right? So, just plugging up the holes. Their linebackers are fairly average or on the kind of bad side. Here's my boy, Eric Kendrick's older brother. Here's their best linebacker, but it looks like a lot. So maybe if we get to the secondary, we're going to have a good day. But that's what I said about their... Well, Patrick Robinson's their number 3 corner. You just playing the slide. Is he just a really good slot corner? Yeah, that's what I thought too, Jacob. And that you really appreciate having Newman on the team because he is really good in those situations. Would love to see him back as a coach. So very solid safeties. Their corners are solid but not super spectacular. Their best one plays in the slot. So maybe a not very good day for Thielen. The Lions are going to win this game. I could see it. So maybe not a good day for Thielen. So it might be another big day for our boy Diggs on Mills. And I just think this is going to be a game where it might be maybe Rudy on these linebackers. If he can get any running game at all, maybe after if we run for 4 yards, we have a decent play action pass. Then Rudy and maybe David Morgan, because we've seen him doing things well too. Yeah, no, Diggs and Thielen tore up the Saints, but the Eagles have a much better defense than the Saints. But I think we are about good to go. The consensus, well, it's Sendeo's plan. That's what we're going to do with for the simulation. Favorite team's game. So, unfortunately, we have to make the Eagles the home team. And the Vikings are here. Yes, I'd like to continue. 15-minute quarters. We'll take a little bit off the play clock. I believe we have the latest game. So let's just make it 8:30 because that's 7:30 Central, I believe. And it's supposed to be pretty nice out. So let's make it clear. You guys ready to go? Alright, so the Eagles, do you think have the better? Well, Lattimore, it will do that for you, I guess. Lattimore and Williams, the guy that we picked on, is pretty solid for a rookie too, despite what he did to give us the game. Then we're good to go. So now we can talk and be all hyped. Get all hyped. We can talk about how great Stephon Diggs is. Like, hey, the Christians are right. Jesus is back, but he named himself Stephon Diggs. And he resurrected himself 10 seconds ago in the Saints game. Now, wouldn't it be something? Because what do you guys think about the AFC? Because I honestly think the Jaguars have a very solid chance to beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots have a slighter edge. I'd say maybe like 60% chance or so the Pats win because Brady compared to Blake Bortles. But defensively, the Jags match up very well against the Pats. So if the Patriots win, the Patriots might only need like 17, 20 points to win. But if the Jags can run down their throat, get a play action game going, so that's the only thing Bortles is pretty decent at. Then all of a sudden, the Eagles might be able to win like a 13 to 10 game. Their defense will really have to play out. They have the corners, they have the safety to help neutralize Gronk, and they can get pressure on Brady.
Oh, without a doubt, I can't wait to see the big fellas have an impact. We're always spotlighting those wide receivers and quarterbacks and running backs and even the defensive backs. But the big guys, I can't wait to see which one tilts the balance for their team.
Yeah, I want the guys that were in the live stream the other night, last week, that were saying they were going to be at the game. I want to hear what they thought the car was like. As the simulation is off, and decent return to the 29. I had a friend that went to the game for free, which I'm super jealous about. For more reasons than one. So here's the battle of the backups. Foles versus, they got scolded for saying verse in one of my other videos. Foles versus Keenum. The battle of backups.
In the next two ball games, one of them against Oakland, one of them against Dallas. And I've heard this, his last 15 third downs that he's quarterbacked,
so here we go. They start out with a bunch set. Both of these teams will probably have to run. And Ajayi gets a little bit of a hole, but then finished up by Kendricks for only a 1 yard gain.
1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the?
Yeah, he has, but I don't think that necessarily warrants Keenum like the I don't think that just hands him the keys to be a starter for next year. Otherwise, we probably would have already re-signed him, you know.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And tough going.
All right, game with Jay.
Get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup. And now
This is what I see happen. I see both running games being pretty god-awful. I think we have the better receiving running game. So if we do a lot of good screens that set up these big plays.
No matter what you're trying to do, because they have the bulk up front against.
And again, I think our corners match up very well in this game as well. It's almost the exact same scenario. Alshon Jeffrey is pretty much a slower version of Michael Thomas, and Aguilar, or whatever the hell you say his name, is pretty much Ted Ginn. So Rhodes and Wayne, in their own right, should be able to do a very good job. I don't think Foles will have like over 180 yards, but if he has 3.5 hours in the pocket, he can. And that will complete a pass to Jeffrey for a first down.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch.
Yeah, I agree, Jacob. I think he goes with Spielman to New York, which aka New Jersey, to be with the New York Giants. Pretty sure that's where the stadium is, right?
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
And Ajayi again gets nothing.
His way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8 for Ajayi. He's had 7 games so far this year with the Eagles. How key is he going to be with Nick Foles, the quarterback, instead of Carson
So
Wentz?
this game might really come down to what teams can stay out of these 3rd and longs the longest. So these both teams, they have a very good front four. They'll get pressure with the 4-man rush.
He's going to be the sprinter type guy, can create the big plays.
Don't the Vikings have the better offensive line though? And that to me is a big thing for the Eagles. Zach Ertz is healthy while Kyle Rudolph really isn't.
But Ajayi, if he can get a few big sprints in and open things up for his offense, yeah, he could be the guy that could carry them deep in the playoffs.
They get the completed pass, but still have more to go here.
I appreciate it, bros. You say what I can't. 2 receivers top of the screen. 2 tight ends in the bottom. Foles out of the shotgun. He completed one first, he another. It's a little underneath to Clement, but tackled beyond the line. It's Trey Waynes. And here's the first punt of the game. Should be lots of punts. Who would start then? I really think the Vikings are really serious about Teddy. I think Teddy might be the cheapest option too, and the best long-term option. So I think Teddy all the way around makes the most sense. But I think either way we'll probably get like a mid-round pick on a quarterback for an insurance policy. Because as we've seen this year, we don't need we just need right around an average quarterback. And we have enough skilled players to get it done in offense. Remember, next year we'll have Dalvin Cook, so we can run 70% of the time next year, darn near, and still have a very good offense. And we can be pretty much the Jaguars if we had to, and just run the ball a ton.
Minnesota Vikings, here comes the offense. Now, they'll have to face a much improved defense. Now, they saw New Orleans in week 1, Charles, but this quarterback, Case Keenum, it wasn't him that started that game. That was Sam Bradford. Right?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I don't think Madden updates the announcers' voice, what the announcers say, until I believe Wednesdays when they do their updates. So Thursday we should be able to get the announcers' take on the Saints game, so that should be pretty neat. So you guys can have more motivation to watch the stream Thursday when we do the AFC side of things. It'll be a 10-minute sim of the Patriots game. And the first down pass to Rudy. That's about 15 yards. That's 21 yards off the bat. And the tight ends are the #1 option for both teams in this game.
and the game just keeps
And for the
evolving.
Vikings, unfortunately, that might mean a lot more David Morgan, because I really don't know how healthy Rudolph is. Yeah, it is 10 out of 10. And that's why I was really thinking about changing my profile pick to Stephon Diggs. Poofy Panda plays. Not only is that alliteration, that sounds very playful. I like the name. And audible. Keenum changes the play up, run, play action, and he has all the time he wants. It starts to collapse. Keenum throws it left. He's got it, Thielen, but he overthrew him out of bounds.
Looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's second down. Time to feature the offensive starters and to give some love to the.
But Bryce, I also, in return, I made your channel by letting you put JOZ in a few of your titles to get all your views.
In order to make it more nimble, that makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
10 yards still left on second down.
They get beat on double moves all the time. That'd be good. If we go back to where we were early in the year, where we throw in a lot and we're getting 20 yards a pop, we win this no problem. But like Jacob says, if we can't get those deep balls, this one's gonna be really tough, and that's been something he's been concerned about for about what, like 6 months or so by now, maybe 8.
And the offense there, the O-line, everybody.
Really? That's the best. That's hilarious, Jacob. Probably like the best Viking family I know.
Tough sequence for the offensive line, but how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
It's like the best thing. But third and a very long 11, and for some reason we only have 2 receivers on the field. And throws a strike. That's all we need, because we have Stephon Diggs. First down, Minnesota. And by the way, I really should have been thinking and plugged this mic in for my reaction video, because it's infinitely better. Do you guys agree? Is that something I should have done?
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence.
Really, who is inactive for the Eagles?
In important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected.
You're still recovering? I am too, Kosher. My heart still freaks out a little bit every now and again. Might have to call a doctor, but I think I'm fine. And now they're running with Murray. He breaks the one tackle and then gets finished off for maybe a yard.
Stop short of the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The defensive unit for Philly here, a group that gave up only 79.2 rushing yards per game.
Was Saul Douglas is a healthy stretch? Did he get sick or something, or what?
That they call it, meaning the defensive ends are out wider than normal. Looks like there's a lot of space to run the ball, doesn't there? But they've got 2 tackles in Tim Jernigan and Fletcher Cox. They eat up a lot of space, and they bring the linebackers a little bit closer to the line.
Yeah, I was FaceTiming my girlfriend during the game. I don't want to freak her out too much. I think I tamed it down a bit. Yeah, I was like overjoyed. Like, if there was ever something that's like, it's our year, we finally got our moment. That's something that we would see go against us year and year after year, and it finally got it for us. That 5% chance, as Chris Carter would say. It's like top decking Exodia for a nerd metaphor. 3rd and 4. We're right around the cusp of field goal range for Kai Forbath. Keenum underneath to McKinnon, very close. See if we go for it. I think we'll take a field goal and let Mike Zimmer's Hellfire defense hold it, and this could very well be a 3-0 game.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before.
He's been inactive since week 16. Well, these are Madden's most updated rosters. I don't know why they'd mess that up. I don't know how you mess up the rosters when there's only 4 teams. Technically, when these rosters are out, there were 8. But here's Kai Forbath to give the Vikings the lead of the game. The inactive quarterback, number 3, Teddy, being the holder. Vikings new long snapper. The high forward kicks up, and he got enough leg. It is good. 3-0 Minnesota.
Have a 3-0 lead.
What's up, Brody?
Well, it's a night game, a lot of energy in this building, but the visiting team,
Yeah, I would like McKinney to get that extra effort in real life.
way to at least produce 3.
And things are just getting started, so you can't say that they've taken the momentum totally, but a good start towards seizing it in this game.
Well, my bad, Bill. I was asking if anybody knew anything off of the Eagles roster. No one was saying anything, so I took it as it is. It's Madden's update, so I was figuring it was very accurate. But I guess it's my fault for thinking Madden would do something accurate.
Forbath now to kick it away after the
And boom! A 3-0 lead on the first drive from Minnesota, and the Kai Forbath kick. Aguilar's going to field it 3 yards deep in the end zone to the 10-20, and not even getting further than that, Michael Floyd had a chance for a touchdown fade in the end zone. Versus the Saints comes up big on a special teams tackle here. Man, I was bummed out when I saw Michael Floyd drop that fade. I think the defense might have swatted it out of his hands, but he was down here to be a red zone threat, and he had his chance to make a big play, and he dropped the ball. Get it? If you guys want to have a good time, go on YouTube and look up Saints fans' reactions to that. It's the best thing. Ajayi makes a man miss and gets the first down. A big 10-yard burst from Ajayi. The former Dolphin, correct?
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves.
No, there were just so many times and it could have gone either way. Either like if the Saints would have got that double pass and would have hit their guy deep, or if the Vikings, if they make that first field goal, that puts more pressure on the Saints. If Michael Thomas doesn't target and take out Sendejo and then get high fives from all of his teammates, because the Saints are still the most classic organization in the NFL. The Foles goes play action, throws it deep down the sideline, and it's 5 yards out of bounds.
Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. But not to get too overcritical there, because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there.
Yeah, and then Sean Payton was mocking the skull chant. The second time that he did that, earlier in the year, I believe this was this year, he did like the choking sign to the Falcons. He lost that game too. So good riddance. Sean Payton's such a classist, awful guy. I still hate the Saints.
He'll only get it up to about the 31. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back.
I did not know. I was asking people earlier. Bryce said he did a coin flip and he's okay, so he's okay for this game. So that's what we're going with. For Shamar Stephen, as Foles gets some time, throws underneath to earth, but he dropped it. A big hit by McKenzie. I don't know how Mackenzie Alexander knocks the ball away. Jars it out of tight end's hands, but I'll take it. It's 4th and 9. That'd be very interesting, Bill. Could you imagine?
Here's Donnie Jones now.
It'd be the Eagles. You'd have, Carson Wentz, probably MVP, Alshon Jeffrey. You'd have Aguilar. You have Torrey Smith, the ex-Raven, is that his name? Cheryl Fields gets hammered, right? He catches that at the 18. Very good special teams coverage by the Eagles. And for the Vikings offense, you have Sam Bradford, probably a Pro Bowler. If he keeps up, if he would have kept up and been about on pace what he was week 1, Bradford might have been in the MVP candidate as well. So it'd be Eagles' future quarterback first, the guy that he replaced. You have Dalvin Cook, at the very least a top 5 Rookie of the Year candidate if he keeps up what he was doing.
And try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Vikings line up with 2 tight ends at the bottom and a fullback, and they run with Murray. Plows forward for a nice gain on first down. Brings up a 2nd and medium.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Nick Easton is a big injury for the Vikings too. Left guard. One of the biggest overlooked injuries the Vikings have, Shree Floyd, could easily be a Pro Bowl caliber defensive tackle. Keenum, 3-step drop. The Eagles blitz. He has David Morgan for the first down, or at least very close, to see if they mark it. They'll call it a 3rd and a very short 1 yard. I thought he had it.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily.
Yeah, and Keenum is a guy that's in the MVP race. If you're talking Keenum, I think sacks would have been about the same, because Keenum, as many sacks as he avoids, he holds on to the ball too much and gives up as many sacks as well. So since Bradford sees it, he would throw it. And I know Sam's a little bit of a check down guy, but honestly, did you guys see the Patriots-Titans game? That's all Brady was doing too. All Brady was doing is checking down to running backs the whole game. So maybe check down Sam is goat worthy, if that's what he can do. If you get that deep threat, so the defense backs up and you can get 5-6 yards a pop. And Murray runs the outside. He gets tackled by Eagle on his back. Didn't even see him running. If Murray could have walked around him, could have got about 10-15 yards, get Eagles on his back. Nobody was in front of him, but there was an Eagle on his back that got pancaked that Murray ran right into. Look at this. So there's the pulling guards. He's on his back. He falls down. He's getting back up, and Murray just runs right over him. Could have easily been 20+ yards.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, Jacob has a really big point. The worst O-line history. If you're giving Bradford Dalvin Cook,
a handoff. It's Murray.
Like, Bradford wasn't even that bad last year. You're talking about Bradford leading an 8-8 team. Yeah, sure. All the injuries. Plus, he's got an NFL record for completion percentage in the season.
It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3.
I really wonder how long that record's going to stay, and we'll be able to see how legendary that season actually was for how mediocre the talent was with the offensive line. It's a strike to Diggs. Did he hold on? No, he dropped it. A big hit knocked the ball out, and the Vikings will punt.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right,
yeah, Shree Floyd probably won't play again. It's such a shame, because that really turns that draft class really poor. That was wasn't it Rhodes? Was that the Rhodes, Shree Floyd, Patterson? Was that all in that draft class? I could look it up.
Look at this. This is a good one.
Another low-key pretty big part of that game was what happened just there. Quigley's first touchback of the year, which could have been down like at the 1. Curse was right there. I think he overran it. It's a tougher play than what it looks. You're running as fast as you can. You have to track a ball that's coming behind you, and then you have to catch it real quick. That's a really tough play. You see guys make that play a lot, but you gotta give them credit. You're gonna miss it every now and again, and Curse did. But get that play. I think they got a touchdown on that drive. Breeze beat it this season? You sure? I'll look this up. And Ajayi runs forward. A little nice gain on first. Gets a gain of 6 yards. Oh, so much for that. I'm just smoking mirrors.
But you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
And play action. Foles looking deep. And the Vikings don't get anywhere near. It's a deep ball. triple covered, could have been picked off.
Second down, couldn't connect. Now it's third.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far.
A third and a long 4. The Vikings, well, held the Saints only like 3 first down conversions on third down. The Vikings blitz 5, and Foles completely misses the guy on a slant. And here comes the punting unit.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
And Sherrill again, you turn right when he catches it.
51 yards on the punt there.
Yeah, you guys are right. Bradford last year was 71.6%. Breeze this year 72%. So 0.4% better.
What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
But Bradford had an infinitely worse offensive line, so it'll give Bradford the slight edge.
Give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Oh, that would have been nice, Jacob. If we could have blown out the Saints, given Bradford a quarter, get to see what he looked like against some live defense. Would you really want to do that, though? I guess you have to. You have to see what he's got to see if he's a better backup than Teddy. But if he gets injured there, it's like the trolliest thing ever. Like, all right, guard time, go get him, Sam. One play, oh, there goes the ACL. Keenum, get back in there, bud. Murray, right? Murray's a big hole, Murray. It's the 40. A burst of 10 yards. Murray's doing surprisingly pretty well. Murray only had like 2 yards of carry. If you want to talk about Matt Asiata, that's pretty much what Murray was last week. Yeah, what do you have? Was it 8? Yeah, I think each running back had a touchdown. I really wish we would have done a lot more McKinnon. In my game review, I talked about that when we went to the stats portion, but when I had it recorded, it was 25 minutes long. So I thought that was way too long for you guys, so I cut a lot of it out. Then I got to the end, it was still like 20 minutes. I was like, I'll just cut the stats out.
And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 3-0 is our score, and we're back to Philadelphia after this.
What are all your stories for watching the Minneapolis Miracle? What were you guys all at? Something we'll be telling our kids 20 years down the road. Yeah, you know that 2018 season when the Vikings won the Super Bowl? The division round, wild. Played the Saints. They had a record-breaking running game. Both of the running backs were putting up monstrous numbers. It was like 1,500 yards from scrimmage apiece, something like that. It was pretty wild. Only a 3-down lineman for the Eagles. Vikings have 4 wide receivers. Keenum should have all day. Keenum throws it deep. He's wide open. It's Treadwell. Which, by the way, Treadwell came up with a big pass interference. So I'll take that.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big time run, big time pass.
1-2 combination.
Is that an observation you made, Jacob? Yeah, I think that makes sense because Murray's the downhill guy, so it was, you know, the fake classic play action where you have the running back go straight at the line of scrimmage, and then you have the bootleg off of that. So that does make sense, but if you're running for 2 yards of carry, I don't think the play action game works very good at that point. I'd rather a little bit more of a poorer play action game with McKinnon getting 4.5 yards of carry with more breakaway potential and better screens. Keenum has time, now gets sacked. And the nickel blitz got Keenum off guard. It's kind of like what happened, another big part of the Vikings last week, or yeah, when we were trying to shoot ourselves in the foot. We're in field goal range, and then Keenum takes a big 10-yard sack, and we have to punt, and then that's when we punted it into the end zone. Yeah, no, that's Madden for you. If you want to see unrealistic, Madden's elusiveness on Keenum's like 23. When I think Keenum, it should be like in the 70s or 80s at least. Now under center, Keenum, true series on top of the screen, Murray in the backfield. A 3-step drop, goes underneath, quick pass to Rudy. Picks up on all the sack yards and a bit more. Brings up a manageable 3rd and 8. So how you doing, Nicholas?
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional.
How many times have you guys seen the Diggs catch, the Diggs game winner? So I've probably seen it close to 50 times by now. All the times I've watched the Fox call, which, by the way, that was one of the times I didn't mind Joe Buck. And the Beagles blitz, throws it deep, he's got Treadwell, did he catch it? Oh, the best catch in Laquan Treadwell's young career! A big 1st down. And by the way, I'm screaming, and you can probably still understand me. Hey, maybe I should have used this mic when I did my live reaction video.
Play action right here because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Yo, appreciate the support, Fred. Always nice to hear. Always trying to improve my content too. Actually, still have my sound quality is super bad every now and again. I'd really like if I had a slightly better setup, because it took me like, I really want a better computer to record on. Because my game review failed like 3 or 4 times. I tried to upload it, and I need a better mic. That's all pretty obvious. I think my camera works if I have good lighting. I could also use my phone. Murray plowing forward, but if I get a good quality mic, I will have to use the camera I've been using, which I think people want me to use my phone more because it records the sound a bit better. So if I got another mic, I think people would be just fine with my recording camera that you usually use. Hey, how's it going, Shay? Keenum feeds that drop, goes underneath. It's Carter near the end zone. He couldn't pull the ball across the line. If you want to talk another thing Madden doesn't do good against, it's near the goal line. Offensive players don't just poke the ball across the line. He just, I guess it's that he's like falling over. Maybe that's kind of realistic. They can't quickly stick the ball across the line, even though I think he could. 1st and goal from the 1. Situations like this could play the way of this game. It's 10-0. The Eagles, I'll just give it subpar. I wouldn't say the Eagles have a bad offense with Nick Foles, but I'd say subpar against the best defense in the league. And it's ended. Murray posted across the goal line. Touchdown, Minnesota. Score prediction. I'll bring it in my game review, which I'll probably record after this game, after the simulation. Everybody drop your score predictions down here too. Let's have fun with it. I think it'll be really low scoring. Let's say
Kai Forbath on for the extra point.
20 to 13.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
I love you too, Shane.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run.
What's your joke? 73. The Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, I think both teams will be held under 20 points. I think both teams, you might only see like 100 total rushing yards in the whole game. It'll probably be really low, unless one team gets really lucky. Like maybe if we do outside sweep runs with McKinnon, we have a very good athletic lineman, might be able to get on the edge, because you only need to block like one, like their defensive end, and then steal off a linebacker. And if we make the safety miss, that can go 60 yards. So if we do plays like that, and although I would love the Vikings screen game in this game, since the Eagles have such a good defensive line, to slow it up, do a lot of screens. I don't know how good the Eagles are at defending screens, but just on paper, McKinnon one-on-one on their linebacker seems like a very good thing to do. Jags versus Pats, honestly, I think the Jags line up very good against them. I really like the Jags' chances. I don't think it'll be like, I think it'll be written close at the least. At the end of the day, I give the Patriots the edge, like 60% chance the Patriots will win. It should be a really close game, so I think defensively the Jaguars match up like perfectly against the Patriots. They can get after Brady with a 4-man rush, very athletic, good defensive backs, a good safety that matches up well against Gronk, so you can at least somewhat neutralize him. And Ajayi gets swallowed up behind the line. It's led by Danielle Hunter. A 3-yard loss, a long 3rd and 13. Might as well punt here. The Vikings defense is hard enough on 3rds and mediums. 3rd and 13. Good night. Billy Belichick.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Yeah, but at that point, I don't know.
They've only converted once in 4 tries.
I don't know why the Steelers weren't just running the ball. So the Jaguars' run defense is like 30th. It's really bad. So when you have Le'Veon Bell, why aren't they just running? I don't know.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
But if the Vikings play the Patriots, Harrison Smith on Gronk, whoever you want on Brandon Cooks, I think Trey Waynes and Rhodes match up pretty well against them.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get
it'll probably be Rhodes because number 1 and number 1. The Vikings pass rush, I really like a chance. I think we match up well against them. It's of course Brady, can never count him out. He can make random 5th string wide receivers do 150 yards in the postseason. So you never know who can come up big.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop
doing pretty good, Bet. How about yourself?
Than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Now a give. This is Murray. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be.
But at the end of the day, it'll probably be something like Patriots 27, Jaguars like 17. I think the Jags will keep it close like the first 3 quarters, and the Patriots will probably pull away. The Jaguars it might be a situation where the Jaguars have a lead at halftime, like a 13-10, and then the Pats is kind of be like the Saints, alright, and just go it on. And a little screen to Thielen. Maybe the Vikings should do some of that. Some wide receiver screens. Because the Vikings' offensive line's got to be one of the most athletic lines in the league. So getting those linemen out in front to get those blocks. You have David Morgan, who's one of the best lead blocking tight ends. Laquan Treadwell is one of the best blocking receivers, despite him not getting it really done in the receiving game. He's a really good blocker. How's it going, Terrell? Keenum. Big pressure and gets a big sack on the 3rd and 3. How did Williams miss Diggs so bad? That's the biggest thing. That's the new NFL rules the last couple of years where you can't hit a receiver high. I think he didn't want to give the Vikings an extra free play. You know, wouldn't be that much of a free play because even if it's pass interference, you would have the ball right there. But if it's an additional roughing call, it's, well, where did Diggs catch it at? Like at the 40 or so? So it's already like a 55-yard field goal attempt, so we could win regardless. I don't know how Diggs even got in a situation and catch that. Pretty ridiculous. But both teams are trying to exchange punts. Like a lovely couple after a winter dance in high school. Turning numbers, and Barner gets a nice return. Go to the 40, makes a couple Vikings miss to the 43-yard line. The best starting field position on the day for the Eagles. Been pretty good myself.
Time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down.
Yeah, I like that, Jacob. It might be like it could be like 10-10 at halftime, but the Vikings just have all the different weapons on offense. We're a better all-around team than the Eagles. I mean, I always still think Alshon Jeffrey is like a top 5, top 10 type receiver, but he's really not anymore. And Ajayi makes the first, a couple of guys miss and gets a nice gain. Things like that cannot happen. Well, at least not too often. It will happen every now and again, like a decent little run. But Ajayi breaking decent little runs like that, when the Vikings trying to have one job, make the Eagles pass the football.
Space to rumble.
The Eagles, the Vikings have a ton of injuries too. Unless you're saying that the Eagles injuries are worse because they have less depth. The Vikings are down a quarterback, their rookie running back, their first-round pick defensive tackle. We got plenty of injuries too.
And playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people.
Because even though the Patriots blew out the Titans, I really didn't think Brady even looked that great. It was just all checkdowns. They were just doubling Gronk all day, so Brady was just handing off to or throwing a little 3 or 4 yard passes to running backs, and they'd pick up 8 yards. Looked like Sam Bradford out there, which isn't like the biggest insult ever. Like it's hardly even an insult. But still, like,
someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, Bradford was NFC Player of the Week, Week 1, so we might have lost an MVP candidate quarterback. He was the best offensive player in the league, Week 1. Who knows what he could have been like if he stayed healthy. Dalvin Cook could have been an NFC Player of the Year candidate if he stayed healthy.
Make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks.
Bradford the joke?
And this is going to
and it dinked just short. Elliott hooked it just a little bit short.
What do you think went wrong? Charles.
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg
Yeah, that
might
too,
have given
Bill.
away just a
I
little,
think
and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate.
that's the
And
main
in
thing
doing
for
so,
both
set
defenses.
this one off target.
It could be whichever quarterback doesn't throw an interception wins the game.
His guys are winning so far. The recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back.
Because I know what Drew Brees actually went off in the second half, mostly in the fourth quarter. But if the Vikings can pick Drew Brees off twice and do similar things to what he did to Drew Brees in the first half, pre-Anderson Deo injury, so that's halfway, maybe last 5 minutes of the third quarter is the only thing that did anything, last 20 minutes of the game. If we do anything like that, as Murray gets called up, Nick could actually swallow up Nick Foles. And you could be looking at a 3-interception day and like 150 yards. I don't think Keenum will light up, but too. It's two very good defenses. The game that both defenses a lot of credit. I think the Eagles have a slightly better 4-down lineman. This overall talent level, mostly because the Vikings have Tom Johnson, which is one of our most average defensive players we have. But after that, the Vikings, better linebackers, better defensive backs, better safeties. Wide receivers are kind of close, but our depth is just better. What's Thielen, like second team All-Pro? Saw what Diggs did last week.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is third down and 12. Keenum now to throw.
Underneath a dart to Thielen on a 3rd and 12. Keep that drive alive. No, Vikings should be able to take control, keep the ball in their possession for the remaining half. The running defense for the Eagles is very good. I believe it's second in the league. They are the best. All right, I thought they were the first or second. Really good. Actually, I think they're first, and the Vikings are second. I'm pretty sure that's right. No, I don't think it'll be a blowout either. I think it'll be within 10 points. But a 10-point lead against them poor offenses might seem like kind of a lot, though. Murray breaks a couple tackles and picks up a nice little gain, and it should bring us to the 2-minute warning. I like that decision there. Run the ball. I know this is Madden, the AIs are stupid, but if you give credit to them for right here, just for funsies, and say that's a good decision, run the ball, get us to the 2-minute warning, because you kind of want to milk the clock at this point. You're at the 30-yard line. Yeah, 2 minutes, 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time. You don't want to blow through your timeouts here and get the Eagles time, because you just don't want to give them the ball. You want to keep the clock down and score within the last 30 seconds or so. That's kind of your goal.
Unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record, we do not encourage that.
What do I think we win? I think the Vikings do. A better overall team. And they're riding off the momentum of the Giants-Saints game. I think the Vikings are playing like a team of destiny right now.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Yeah, Jacob, I would really like if we did what we did in the middle of the year. We're throwing a bunch of 20-yard passes. That'd be look really good as an easy throw, overthrown to Rudy. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free.
Because I like deep throws, break up the secondary a little bit, and a lot of screens. Well, if you got the Eagles playing deep, expecting deep balls, And then we could draw the screen where there's a defender playing 10 yards off, maybe a wide receiver screen to Thielen or Diggs. You get that one guy block and easily pick up 20 yards off that. And Thielen dropped it. Big hit by number 41, jarring that one out. A big 3rd and 10 upcoming. The Vikings are in field goal range. The Eagles still have all 3 timeouts, getting down to about a minute 20.
If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Yeah, and he had the 61-yarder. Have you heard about that one, Jacob?
Good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
Keenum, and it's to McKinnon. A very conservative call here, but not a bad one. It forces the Eagles to call timeout, and we'll take this field goal and try to get up 13-0. Our defense should be able to hold them. And if we get into the clubhouse at halftime, 13-0, good night. Sorry, Eagles fans. You aren't the Saint that can break a 17-point lead for the Vikings. That is not going to happen. Vikings. Oh, wait. That's a surprising thing against the Eagles, or against the Saints even. The Vikings defense, pretty uncharacteristic. That Sendeo injury energized the Saints and got in Xavier Rhodes' head. And it didn't help that the Vikings offense couldn't do a whole lot to give the defense a break. Not only did it right after the first touchdown, the very next play, Keenum throws it up for grabs for the Saints corner. And far bats up and down the middle, 13-point game. Yeah, that's what I was saying before the game, taking the ball. And here comes Carson Wentz with one leg. I believe the temperature is supposed to be in like the mid-40s. Supposed to be pretty nice. Yeah, I agree, Jacob. That was probably a really good thing to happen to the team. Not only you get that little destiny vibe, get that giant confidence of like, hey, we can do this. We can play all 4 quarters and we can beat anybody. It also humbles them a bit, because if you just blow out your first team, you don't get get something you can get over that'll hump in the road there. And Aguilar is to the 50 to the 40. Down the left sideline. Aguilar is gone. Touchdown. Philly. Saying we won't be down 13-0 at halftime.
98 yards. There the Eagles are back with
The most explosive player around the Eagles. Those 98 yards into the Viking special team.
Away from him because that's what he can do. And others have egos of their players.
I think the Vikings would be able to re-sign Keenum, but it depends what they're going to be doing. The Vikings have all kinds of cap space, and it depends what they want to do. If we win the Super Bowl, like I really like our chances. Which, by the way, after the Saints game, if we don't win the Super Bowl, I know Andy Carlson made a big point of this. If you guys watch Purple for the Win, but honestly, it's just a little cool thing to talk about at the end of the day. So if we win the Super Bowl, it's just the beginning of the story.
And that'll make it 13-7.
Joe Buck was good last game, which mostly because we weren't playing the Packers, so it wasn't just a Aaron Rodgers jerk-off fest. He was jerking off Kamara a little bit, which is okay. He deserves a little attention. His last call was really, really good, but Paul Allen's call was so much better.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
But yeah, I was impressed by Joe Buck too. I'm usually annoyed with him because for some reason he hates having fun. And that's a disgusting act by Randy Moss, one of the most notable ones. Yeah, Joe Buck is pretty good in those clutch big games. If it's a close game, Joe Buck's usually pretty good. But when it's a not very important game, it's like, oh, okay. But can you imagine Joe Buck, Tony Romo? That'd be really fun. That should be the prime time announcer cast, I would think. What do you guys have thoughts on that? Keenum throws it deep. He's got Treadwell. Get out of bounds, bud. This isn't Stephon Diggs. You can't outrun the whole Eagles.
Timeout by the offense, as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout.
To be fair, Jacob, that was such a long play in that Super Bowl. Oh, was that like a 10 to 15 second play? And when it's something like that, it's like you can either like, if you lowball like he did, like I don't know if this was like a strategy he was doing, but if you lowball it, then it's like, wow, I didn't think that was gonna happen. That's why I wasn't very enthused. Like, no way he's gonna catch it. But if it's like, and Manning throws it up and drops. It'd be really awkward. But since he did catch it, it makes him look kind of bad. You know what I'm saying? Underneath the Treadwell, it's a nice game. The Vikings have another time. They have one more to spend.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go.
Maybe that was bad. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he just need a little shot of coffee. Maybe they got out an espresso machine in the booth. They got him hooked up with some caribou. Yo, PA's call. Oh my goodness. I know it's probably some licensing BS, but why can't you just hook up, just have it be like the preseason, where your home radio announcer, or it'd be super cool if you just have the option, like video games you can just like pick the sound setting, just pick whatever announcer you want, so you have the TV announcer, that's option A. You have the home team, then you have the away game. That's a big sack. Can't really have that happen. And the Vikings might have to burn the last time out. I think it's Madden, so they'll probably rush the line, or they'll just say, screw it, we'll get you a halftime out of the 6-point lead.
And he took it.
You know, that Thielen catch was huge too, that nobody talks about because it's overshadowed by 1,000-fold by the Diggs catch. You know, Thielen was huge in that game too. He had that where he leaped, I did a flip in the middle of the air and still caught the ball. That was insane. He was making all kinds of clutch catches. Thielen's such a good leader, and Keenum throws it to the sideline, and again Treadwell doesn't get out of bounds, and now the Eagles will have to call a timeout. And it ends up being pretty good because it was 4th down there. So it keeps the clock running. And that's not a bad plan, Jacob. Just have the radio on surround sound in your living room and your big TV playing the game. That'd be pretty sick if you just sync it up perfectly. Then you wouldn't have to listen to the same god-awful commercials because they had only like 5 commercial options during the whole game. It was like watching YouTube or something where they only have a couple ad choices. It was just the same stuff. They played the Aaron Rodgers commercial about 50 times during the game. It was so annoying. That's a very good idea, Jacob. So I don't know why it's not an option. Like, I would love that, like in Madden, if you could just choose the announcers. I know that'd be too much work, and that'd make EA have to spend more money in their game, and it would require them to make a decent football game. But even if the quality is bland, and it's just like Paul Allen doing like random like pre-rendered Madden style announcing, it would still sound so much more like authentic for a Vikings game. It'd be so cool. It'd be the coolest thing. And Jai breaks a few tackles, and it should bring us to halftime. Vikings 13, Philly 7. 6-point difference. The clock expires. Welcome to halftime.
So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings.
And me too, taking the fall.
As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to
What do you mean, how do you get the mic?
I'm Larry Ridley. The Eagles trail at home at halftime. The Vikings have
the mic I'm using is just a PS4 gaming mic. The plan is I'll get like a snowball bike mic that I'll get from like Walmart or look at Amazon, something like that. And I'll see if I can get one for like 30 or 40 bucks, get a decent quality one that'll last me a while. So I'd like to eventually, when I get my own place, if it's just an apartment or even a house or something, get like a office area to myself. I get like a decent desktop computer. I don't have a lot of money, so I have to get what I can take, right? So a decent desktop computer, get everything set up there, get a couple lamps for decent lighting, a nice, I think the camera I have, I can keep that for a while. I like the quality on that. I think it's good enough. And then a good mic, so I can get into things, I can be louder, I can get more exciting, and with my voice without just cracking and mean cancer to your ears. If you think that video was hard for you to listen to, I had to listen to it raw. But in my editor, I turned it down to 3% volume. That's how loud it was for you. I had it 33 times, or what? Yeah, like 30 times louder.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead.
It was so bad for me. It was 3%. I put a little music underneath to try to drown it out a little bit, but it still sounded super bad. I apologize for making it. I'm trying to help it out as bad as I can, but no, I'm definitely looking for a mic.
They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into the playbook.
Now we have the double Jacobs in here, being a lot more awkward for me.
But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Yeah, Jacob, I was quiet like the whole fourth quarter. The nerves were killing me. And the Eagles blitz. Keenum barely gets it off. He gets to Murray. Nice play there. Avoids the sack. Keenum had to take a big hit, but he got 7 yards out of it. Very good.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down.
Yeah, my heart was aching. I was downing my chips and cheese dip, doing anything to help me out. My heart was aching. I'll probably have to get on heart medication. The Vikings on a very heavy run formation, maybe play action here, and it's a short pass. It's a wide open. It's Kyle Carter. Kyle Carter down the sideline. Now Case Keenum nearing 200 yards already. Keenum's low-key been tearing up the Eagles secondary. Maybe Jacobs been onto something.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit.
Yeah, but no, not quite a blowout like you predicted. I actually thought about your comment during the first half. I was like, maybe she was right. Maybe she was onto something. Maybe it was going to be a 20-point blowout. Murray to the outside, can't get anywhere. That's a loss of a couple.
Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find.
I was being as hopeful as I possibly could, Jacob. I was just staring at the TV. I know when we kicked that field goal with 1:30 to go, I was like, oh, that's too much time. I love our defense, but it's not too hard to get like the 40 yards or so you need for a field goal attempt. Even though we had a very good, we had them. It was a 4th down and 10, and they picked it up. Oh man, so many times we could have put that game away and we just couldn't. And Treadwell had a block in front of Rudy. Rudy can get around those guys. Get it too near the sideline. He could have went down the field. Maybe picked up an extra 10, 15 yards on that one. You see you have the end, I think, and a corner. And if Rudy can just go towards the sideline a bit more, maybe get the edge. You see Treadwell right there. He could have acted like a power forward in NBA, done a little body screen, just get in their way. Slow him down just a bit. Get Rudy a few more steps, and he could have been down the sideline.
This time they face a 3rd and 2.
You lost all hope. I think a lot of Vikings fans did. They're so used to it. And it's a big 3rd down stop for the Philly. If we pick up that first down, it's 4th and inches here. What do you think the Vikings do in real life? 4th and inches. Just getting past midfield. It's at the 42. Bubble. This is close to field goal range, but not quite. A good punt will only net about 40 yards here. A bad punt would only net about 20 yards. Real life, the Vikings go for it. I think they do. It depends on the situation, but right here, a 6-point game. I think the Madden will probably punt this one. It'll either be out of bounds like at the 25 or be a touchback, because Madden is god-awful at punts, so we'll see. Oh, this one's out of bounds at 9. I'll take it.
And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Your Twitter feed? I might have to check you out on Twitter then, Jacob.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first.
No, it was funny. I put on my Snap story, which, by the way, if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, whatever, reading it, it's just JDOS, no Z, so it's JDOSC. Wait, it's JDOS 28. That's what it is. JDOSC 28. If you Googled Miracle, it was all about the Vikings Saints games. It's pretty funny.
Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Foles.
And a Foles missed another wide open. 5 for 11 for 33 yards. How different do you think that would be for the actual game?
Switching gears, did you see the Andy Dalton Buffalo Bills thing and how much money has been given to his charities since he had that winning pass that put the Bills in the playoffs?
How about the Bills fans?
How comes Big Dick Nick ready to Dick was he? Foles gets into a giant hole. We're running into a giant all-pro safety, Harrison Smith.
17 years, and last I heard, somewhere around $345,000 goes to Andy Dalton's charity, his foundation. So it's a win-win all the way around. And the best part was, this weekend in Jacksonville, I saw a picture of a Bills fan wearing a Bills jersey, number 14, with the name Dalton on the back of it. How about that?
Only bad news for the Bills fans.
Because Dix threw his helmet, the touchdown doesn't count? Okay. That's funny. Saints fans are delusional. And Nick Foles, someone doesn't get sacked, and it's an Alshon Jeffrey for a long bomb. I don't know how he gets matched up on Mackenzie Alexander, but he somehow dropped it. Alshon somehow dropped it.
But you have to keep trying.
Mackenzie Alexander makes up for it. I thought he had a 3 yards away from Mackenzie. Mackenzie closes the gap and knocks it out of his hands.
Now out of the gun. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22.
That was the most unrealistic play you've ever seen, Jacob. Do I have to remind you, last Tuesday, the Vikings intercepted the ball, and then we got a 2nd and 28 the very next play?
I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Yeah, if you want to be just as pissed at the Saints there, all the Saints were high-fiving after Michael Thomas took out Sendejo. I think the bounty gate is still alive and well in New Orleans. Even if they aren't getting paid for it, they are full out still supporting it, and it is sickening. Their head coach, Sean Payton, was mocking the Skull chant right before we won. Still hate the Saints. I don't hate the Packers. I think people just dislike them because they're in our division. And they're Packer fans, you live by them. So it's easier to hate them. But Saints are just a classless organization that's just awful. Falls another big hole for Ajayi. Ajayi to the 40 to the 50. Makes it. Anderson Nail miss to the 40 to the 30 to the 20. 10. Touchdown Ajayi. 69 yards to the house.
Yeah, the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now the Vikings, fresh off of blowing a 17-point lead last week, have seen their 13-point lead dissolve in this one. Now the Eagles are up by 1.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off.
Yeah, I hope Sendejo's healthy. I really don't know what his status is, and Shamar Stephen, I would assume he'll be out. He's out in this simulation. I put B-Rob in as a Vikings number 3 DT. I wouldn't say Breeze is the most classy. He seems like a cool guy off the field, as far as I can tell, but on the field he's still a classic superstar quarterback that will whine every single play when he gets hit for a flag. Especially in 09 when Favre was getting suplexed and getting his head thrown in the ground. And McKinnon bounces it to the 20, maybe the 27. And then Drew Brees would cry and get a flag when the Vikings would blow on him. So
now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
the Walter Payton Award, there you go. Keenum underneath to Murray, runs out of bounds for a gain of 4.
Across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4.
Yeah, the Walter Payton Award.
So many times you hear today's
which, by the way, since we bring up Walter Payton, well, what are you guys, let's say top 3 running backs all time. Top 3.
Get him out in the flat and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A run, it's Murray, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've
3rd and a short 2.
Many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Or a 3, I don't know. I must have been dyslexic. Keenum throws a strike and skipped it. Two Vikings in the area missed them both. Now the Eagles get their ball back.
Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes.
Yeah, Barry Sanders.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this.
I think Barry Sanders is probably easily number 1. Walter Payton, probably number 2, because he had to carry a god-awful Bears offense for his entire career without like any love. Then all of a sudden they get one of the best defenses of all time in '85. They won the Super Bowl with a decent quarterback coming in as a rookie.
I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the
I like that, Vanilla.
Eventually there will be creases.
I like that list.
Find those gaps in
I like Jim Brown too. The powerhouse.
Didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game. He starts to open up as the game
Marshall Faulk is interesting too, because he was one of the best like dual threat backs ever. Ajayi, another big hole for Ajayi. I don't think Ajayi's getting 130 yards though. Sorry, Eagles fans.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
The Eagles don't need anything out of Nick Foles. They have 14 points. One's a giant run for Ajayi. Another one was a kick return. Two big plays. That's all the Eagles did to score.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the
It's always hard to tell when you go deep in the history.
Probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Second down following the run.
Because Jim Brown, everybody ran a lot back then. But teams would guard against the run more. So it's hard to tell. And Ertz wide open. That's what's going to happen. If the Eagles can get a running game, watch out for Ertz. One of the better tight ends in the game. Probably slightly better than Rudolph right now because Rudolph is playing a little bit hurt.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Yeah, home field advantage scares me too because the Vikings are a much different team on the road. Ajayi gets balled up behind the line. But as far as I know, the Eagles aren't really known to have a really big home field advantage. Like, of course, there's always the home field advantage is a thing, but it's not like as good as like the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Patriots. Like, it's solid, but it's not like phenomenal, you know. Ajayi picks up a couple yards.
He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage.
No, trillionaire, that's what a lot of people are saying. People always say, oh, my team has a lot of injuries. So the Vikings. Now, Carson Wentz is a big thing. I don't even though Bradford is technically healthy right now. The fact that the injury made him rusty, and it's Aguilar for the first down. We're to the 27. The Eagles are marching. Back-to-back giant drives for the Eagles. I don't know. I don't agree with that one bit. Bradford was NFC Player of the Week, tearing up the Saints defense, Week 1. He could have easily been an MVP candidate, and Dalvin Cook could have been what is going to be a Rookie of the Year candidate. First-round pick defensive tackle, out. Could have been a Pro Bowler. That's a lot of talent missing too.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eric Kendricks, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they all
I do agree that
blitz, then it's got
which is weird because you'd expect Foles to be looking better than Keenum. Like if you would look at the beginning of the year, probably say Foles was the better backup quarterback. If anything, because Foles has done well with the Eagles before. And it's Ajayi getting stopped. Now it's a 3rd and a long 15 here. Let's see how conservative the Eagles are. A sack here would bring them out of field goal range. They're already towards the depth of it. I don't know how good their kicker is as far as leg strength goes.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Foles looking, running to the left. It's his. He throws. It's still caught by Clement. Clement picks up the first down and nearing the 10-yard line. Wow, gets hit when he throws it. I don't know if Clement was the guy he was trying to throw to, but he catches it, and then he gets the first down.
That play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
Yeah, Bradford looked like at the very least, a solid Pro Bowl quarterback at the beginning of last year when we were 5-0. I think the Vikings needed to get a turnover at this point. Ajayi is doing just enough. They're getting some good chunks on these third downs, which is very uncharacteristic against the Vikings.
No gain on the play there, second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Yeah, I mean, Bradford had, what, 3 days in the system and tore up the Packers last year?
Now a handoff here.
Ajayi tries to get, but Barr says nah, a gain of 1.
Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Full looking 39. Everything in close. Then got held underneath to Jeffrey out of bounds. Is at the 4. And here comes the field goal unit.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch.
But I'm pretty sure that was against the Bucks, wasn't it, Jacob? Because Keenum, for some reason, has the cheat codes against the Bucks and always throws for a ton of yards.
Tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
Now, I'd say this is the first legit type of drives the Eagles had. And it's up and drilled. 17-13 now. As the Vikings have been shut out in this third quarter.
So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
Yeah, that's why I think the Vikings really have a big advantage. Their momentum is out of this world right now. Zimmer just has to make sure their heads are screwed on tight and they don't get overconfident or anything, and they'll be going crazy.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
I wouldn't say Foles sucks. I think Foles is still a solid backup.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25.
I think what really is exposing
now the Minnesota offense set to take over
is that the
right now these guys
weapons the Eagles have are only like above average or so. Which is weird because I was thinking Alshon Jeffrey is still like a top 10 receiver, but I think he's maybe like top 20. Aguilar was looking like he's finally breaking out of his shell, but turns out Wentz can kind of do that when he's playing like an MVP. Ertz is still very solid. Ertz is still a very good tight end. Keenum on a giant pressure and a big sack here. Safety blitz. Malcolm Jenkins, 7-yard sack. The 4th sack of the day for the Eagles.
Just face it, this offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second and 17. This will, the third quarter time will expire. Philly 17, Minnesota 13. They have to get some offense together.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL.
Yeah, saying who the Vikings backup is really weird right now. So if Bradford was healthy, he'd be the starting quarterback. If Teddy never got hurt, we wouldn't have got Bradford for sure. Decent chance maybe we still got Keenum, because we still needed a backup quarterback regardless. That's just weird. Bradford is like a statue in the pocket, and that's really what killed him last year. Which is why it's a miracle how we didn't get hurt at all last year. This year, our offensive line is much improved, and he gets hurt right away. And that's a big first down there. A strike, a little corner up by Rudolph, first down Minnesota. Maybe this will give him some confidence that this offense needs. I think Brady's a little more elusiveness than Bradford. But I think Brady kind of looks like Bradford when he plays sometimes. So maybe they're more similar than I would give him credit for. What do you mean Bradford overthrows balls? Bradford has a completion percentage rating. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. Arm talent, you're talking just straight up arm talent? Bradford's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Probably like top 3. And that's another big sack by Keenum. As my God, he looks awful in Madden. He just sits there in the pocket. That's so un-Keenum. Keenum looks like Bradford in Madden. Just sits there in the pocket, takes a sack.
Offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Yeah, I agree, Jacob. I always think it's weird that's like, all right, calm down. We can't be thinking about that play all the time. Oh, we're the fans. We can do what we want. Oh, okay. Keenum needs to pick up those sack yards. Those underneath to Murray. That will fix it, make it a 3rd and manageable. I like that take, Trillionaire. If Breeze throws 2 picks, yeah, sure, one was a tip ball. I think Foles will too. It depends how conservative they are. So if they can run on us, it'll be a long day. Cause then they can only have to pass like 15, 20 times. That would be what the Eagles would ideally like to do. Well, if the Vikings are shutting down the run like we should, Moonball Joseph will have to have a big game. Play action Keenum, 3rd and 9. He has time. Throws it deep. Does it inbounds? It's Diggs! And out of bounds. Couldn't keep his feet in. Let's see if this one's challenged. A deep ball. Clearly out of bounds.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he'll come on to kick for
Jacob, it's like, we aren't playing. We're just fans. You can get ahead of yourself. Fans do protection of the Super Bowl before preseason. And he returns it to the 26. The Vikings need to stop here. They need to give their offense a chance. A turnover would be huge. Give them some momentum.
Getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know why people get so weird about that.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one.
Which is why I think the Vikings have the best edge in this game, because I think the both teams will have a very similar offensive and defensive strategies coming into the game. Stop the run and make the quarterbacks beat you. Well, Keenum doesn't have to do a lot. Those short, quick passes is all he really needs. We have receivers that can make the first guy miss and pick up an extra 3 to 5 yards after the contact. That turns that 6-yard pass to first down. And we keep doing that. All of a sudden, we can set up those deep balls. And then maybe the Eagles have to protect the pass a bit more, the deep balls. So then we can they back up a little bit. Maybe we can run a little bit. But that's assuming we don't give Ajayi 150 yards.
like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like, Trillionaire. Saying that they're old, they only beat the trash teams. Those teams are only trash because they got beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, their record won't be that bad. Their record's not that good because we beat them. Like the Cowboys were the #1 team in the NFC last year, and I think the Eagles, they beat them twice. It's not a super easy division. I think the Vikings division got really easy. We had one mediocre team in the Lions after the Packers lost Rodgers. They were trash. And the Bears were pretty bad. And the ball will die at the 1. Wow.
Minnesota. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again.
Didn't they barely beat the Falcons? I was checking the score out on my phone.
And make sure you move the ball into their territory.
No, I don't think he smoke us at all. No, I would rather healthy Vikings versus healthy Eagles too. Bradford, Cook, Sharif Floyd versus Carson Wentz. All your Pro Bowl defenders that are hurt, I guess. I would like that too, for sure. And I think the Vikings would do good. I think Dalvin Cook is better than both our running backs at everything they do. Maybe McKinnon's a slightly better receiver, but at this point in the year, I think Dalvin Cook can be a phenomenal running back. Be smarter. His pass pro is really good too. He was easily our best blocking running back too. Bradford was tearing up defenses. He was looking good in preseason, then he looked even better week 1. Or you can even say, hey, we have Teddy, which you could debate who's better, Teddy or Bradford. Probably Bradford right now, but you don't really know with Teddy's potential.
I guess they should have tried to fool him on that play.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
3rd and a long 7. The Vikings might be conservative here, and they are. McKinnon bouncing it and can't get anywhere, and the Vikings will punt out of the shadow of their own end zone. A very conservative call there.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota.
Yeah, I like Sproles. Sproles has always been really good. Almost blocked. That could have been the game. Fielded it at the 40 near midfield. Only 20 yards, and it's another field goal attempt for the Eagles. The Vikings really want a turnover here.
Getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going.
The Vikings are the most overrated team in the playoffs? Is that how we beat the Saints? Had the best offense in the playoffs? And that's why we have a #1 ranked defense? That's how we're overrated? Yeah, I think Jacob's right. It'd be like saying the Vikings have 3 Pro Bowl caliber quarterbacks. No, because if Teddy was healthy, we wouldn't have Bradford. We won by a fluke?
They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is Moderado. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head.
Sunset drop, Foles underneath to Ertz for the first down.
He's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Many different ways.
Yeah, against the Hall of Fame quarterback and best running back tandem in the history of the league. He also, gave up only like 100 yards to Breeze in the first half and 2 interceptions? The last play took some luck, but I wouldn't say it was a fluke. So even if the guy even if the guy was in position, Breeze is out of bounds, we can kick a field goal and win regardless. Yeah, sure. You can give the rookie safety or corner, whatever he is for the Saints, he's the reason the Vikings won.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
It's already 2nd and 12. The defense hoping to push them back more.
It is impressive. Like, if I was the Falcons, I don't know how you just don't do 4 fades to the end zone with Julio. And a Ajayi with another giant hole. Holy cow. Here comes a 3rd down. This is a very big play here. Right near field goal range for the Eagles. It'll be a very long one.
It's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence.
If I'm Philly, I'm probably running here. Try to make it an easier field goal attempt. Maybe still pick up a first down. Otherwise, a very quick, easy pass. A 3rd and 4.
And gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
Smith in motion. Holds the throw. Things that drop wide open is Torrey Smith. Too easy.
He's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. The 5 yards on the play there. It's a drive will continue.
You go into the game taking the ball?
Just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup.
It's fun to watch the Vikings win in Philly.
And defensively a backbreaker.
You think Keenum's going to choke? Do you see what Keenum did last game?
To the line now, 1st and 10.
I do think the game's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by either team. I think it'll be under 20 points for each team. Play action, and it's a big sack for Danielle Hunter. Read it perfectly. Hammering Nick Foles.
Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
Oh, really? So you got like 2 tickets and he's taking you? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I hope we got a lot of bikes down there. It'd be pretty sick to hear the skull chant in Philly. And now the Ajayi to the outside. Another decent run for Ajayi. Back near field goal range. A 3rd and 11.
But still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, we had a punt blocked in our game. Which, funny, I guess I wasn't recording at that point. Go 5 wide for the Eagles. Nick Foles by himself. 3rd and 11. Very dangerous. Underneath, incomplete. Here comes a long field goal attempt.
They're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash.
49 yards. It's all pro, so it'll probably be down the middle. He was short earlier in the game. Let's see if he make this one. It looks like it's good. Down the middle, it is good. Now it's a 7-point game.
So Charles, I think from a defensive perspective,
maybe do it for another Minneapolis Miracle.
Consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
Yeah, I think a fluke play is like you're in the Super Bowl last 20 seconds of the game. Tom Brady takes the snap to take a knee. He tears his ACL, fumbles backwards, and then he scoops up the ball at the touchdown. That's a fluke.
Which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build on.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Looking for here.
Even if you're an Eagles fan, I'm trying to branch out the content a little bit.
The receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively.
If you like the stuff I do, you can go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want. Yeah, me too. I hope it stays clean.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
So always, I don't know if it's true with the Eagles, but the Vikings, it might just be a me thing, but I always kind of respected all the other teams that haven't won the Super Bowl.
Maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5.
Yeah, I respect that, Mike, quite a bit.
First down, they're ahead of the chains now.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Keenum out of the shotgun. Keenum, play action, standing there like a statue, throws a strike. It's Diggs again. It's Diggs. 10. Touchdown. Diggs again. This time, tie game. This time it's 70 yards.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing.
Oh my God, it's Diggs. They found 10. Touchdown. I can't believe it. That's a Miss Minneapolis miracle. I'm not quite Paul Allen, but there it is.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
It's a Philadelphia miracle.
And now a critical extra point attempt here.
Oh!
And we are
tied at 20.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
Man, I would love to look at the Vikings marketing and see the spike in Diggs jerseys after yesterday or after Sunday's game. Yeah, same, Jacob. I don't know what you mean by that. You're a Vikings fan, so you could just say that.
So here comes the kickoff now.
Boom! Now the Vikings defense need to make a play.
This is taken at the 3.
I'm sure the conversation on the sideline, hey, we screwed it last week versus Saints. Let's not do that again. 3:23 to go. Still a lot of football left.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative.
Yo, about that, Jacob, in 2007 or whatever, when the Patriots were trying to be undefeated, and everybody, I remember it was like 4th or 5th grade or whatever, and the teacher was like, so you guys reading for, like, everybody else was Giants, or everybody else was Patriots. I was the only one that wanted the Giants to win. That was wild. And the Vikings have been looking like cheddar cheese holes. Snooky sized vagina hole right there for Ajayi again. Nearing 200 yards in this one.
Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the offense can string something.
All right, this stream's gotten way too Minnesota nice. This is football. You should be going for each other's throats, not being so apologetic and nice. And Jai to the edge. And Ben Gedeon, rookie out of Michigan, saying, no, guys, I'll take control of this run game.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line.
You know, if the Jags are in it, man, I'd be so excited. Vikings versus Jaguars in the Super Bowl could be a 10-9 Super Bowl win. The Vikings are obviously the better team overall. Even though, according to my list, the Jaguars are. Which I think the matchup, the Jaguars need to run the ball, and the Vikings don't give up rush yards. But man, the Jaguars so underrated. Foles has time in the pocket, throws outside to Jeffrey. At the 46, 1st and 10. By the 2-minute warning. Oh yeah, the Vikings really let you down, Jacob. Oh no. They're in the NFC Championship game, really letting you down. After the season's over, though, it'll be fun. I'll look back at all my prediction videos, and I'll see how close I was. That'll be fun to see. Full three-top drop. The Vikings blitz. It's a screen. It's set up. Ertz near a 1st down. A 2nd and very short.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit.
So Nelson Aguilar, I don't know. I really doubt that. If Ted Ginn doesn't have a very good game, I think Ginn's the better version of Aguilar. I think Aguilar is more explosive. But I don't see that happening at all. Trey Waynes is very good. And it's Aguilar. This time we stop him. Could be the game. No teams is coming to timeout. This is probably going to overtime.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have
I know you're joking, Jacob.
Well.
Yeah, I think Trey is like a perfect guy for this on this defense against the Eagles. And shout out to everybody here. We've had 25 plus people here for like the whole stream. So shout out to everybody who came here. If you're new, subscribe. It's a fun time here. And that's Clement. I think they're short. And now the Vikings got all timeouts, so they are short. 4th and 1. The Vikings will get the ball back. 2 timeouts. I need some alliteration. What would it be? What's a P word that would be good for a football play in against Philly?
The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute.
A very risky play here. They're going to go for a field goal. This is for the lead, though. For the Super Bowl. It's up and
the kick by Elliott is
over the bars. It's good. 3-point lead. 50 seconds to go. So much like last week. Now it's 23-20. 50 seconds to go.
You're exactly right about that.
20 seconds more than the Vikings could need. 2 timeouts.
So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to
and boom. See what the Vikings do in our return game. Charles will take the knee. The Vikings will have it at the 25. 50 seconds, 2 timeouts. They need a field goal to tie.
Start things out at the 25. Now Case Keenum in the offense.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either. Jacob, unless we get a big play, Madden's AI is so stupid in these situations. I think they actually use their timeouts in bad times. Like they'll throw like a short pass to like 4 yards and call a timeout.
And are sitting in the best spot. They're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before.
For the Super Bowl.
They've got to find a way to shut him down.
23-20. 3 zeros on the bottom of the screen. 7 heaven. Here it comes again. Keenum, 3-step drop, throws it short to Rudy. Rudy picks up the first. They need to do a no huddle. There they go. Keenum does best in these type of situations. Keenum, under 40 seconds now. Keenum has time. He's gonna throw it short to Murray. Murray makes the guy miss. Picks up 6, maybe 7. There comes the first timeout. 30 seconds go. At the 46-yard line, they need about 20 yards to be in field goal range. Very close. You're gonna have a real heart attack. That's how the Vikings were last week.
So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
After the timeout, 2nd and 2 from the 46, 31 seconds to go. Keenum, out of shotgun. In the backfield is with him is Murray. The Eagles blitz 5. Underneath to Treadwell. Treadwell, get out of bounds. Treadwell gets tackled in bounds. And the Vikings, let's go no huddle. 20 seconds to go. A bad play by Treadwell. Very costly to stay in bounds there. 17 seconds and they spike it. Might as well just call the timeout at that point. 36 people. How is it going, everybody? Second and 10, 16 seconds, 2, maybe 3 plays left. They need about 10 yards to be within field goal range, maybe 5. Eagles blitz the safety. Keenum against the hero. 9 seconds to go. They're within field goal range. We're going to be in overtime.
They'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Stephon Diggs, the Tom Brady's of wide receivers.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout.
They're showing the offense on the field, but I really doubt it's not the field goal unit. I'm pretty sure they're going to go kick a field goal here.
So
and here it is. Ty Forbath. And they're going to ice the kicker. Forbath, 9 seconds. So they have to kick it, tie game, and they'll have to kick it off to Philly.
So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup.
I think the Vikings should have let more time take out the clock before they called the timeout. Yeah, it's pretty wild. The last Vikings sim game was really wild too. They've been really good lately. Which is why next Thursday, for everybody, all 38 people in here, welcome aboard. Next Thursday, I'll be doing the AFC Championship game, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe, and it'll be a fun time. If you guys want, I can do a full 15-minute quarters like this one. Otherwise, I usually just do 10 minutes, and I play the Vikings, the winner. But here it is for overtime. The kick is up, and down the middle. 6 seconds to go.
So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Hey, nice, Viper.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even.
My 18 is solid. It's an upgrade from the other ones. Barner's going to take it out. I don't know why it's not Aguilar. And a tackle, let's see if they'll have the ball at the 23. And I think the Eagles will just probably come up here. Maybe it might take a shot here. Let's see how aggressive they will be. They could try to do their own type of Philadelphia miracle here. Then they might do a quick Hail Mary. Let's see what they do. I think with Nick Foles, you just take a knee here. And hope your run game can get a touchdown in overtime. Now, since this isn't playoff rules, this is just a normal regular season rules, there could still be a tie. And they'll run with Ajayi. Ajayi gets nowhere. My goodness. The Vikings saw that coming from a mile away. But Ajayi's been winning the game all day. 31 rushes for over 150 yards. But we have overtime.
Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out,
The Philadelphia phenomenon.
going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
Hey, nice, Viper.
It's a little teaching moment.
Always nice when you're kids, when your mom can split gifts for you, so you can still kind of get a gift that you really wanted.
First team to score wins, but no longer.
The Vikings elect to receive. They don't defer like Jake would like, but the offense has been red hot. All they have to do is protect Keenum, and they've been very good.
The other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
The Vikings will start at the 25.
He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved.
The pit of misery. How many sacks do the Vikings think we're going to get? It will really come down to how much they trust Foles on those 7-step drops.
It's been loud in here so far.
But I think the Vikings will be going after the running game so much, the run blitzes might counter as pass blitzes. So if they try to do a long play action, might be able to rush them up. As Murray picks up a nice gain on first, a gain of 4.
The 29, just shy of the 30.
Again, ahead of the chains, only 2.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
Keenum gives it to Murray again. Murray gets stuffed. Maybe a gain of 1 to give him a gain of 2. A 3rd and 4 upcoming. Yeah, I like that, Jacob. I think Harrison will be in the box most of the game because it's not the Saints, so he doesn't have to worry about the deep ball. Harrison Smith will probably have a really big game. Shotgun, 1 receiver. The Eagles blitz 7. Keenum has time, throws underneath the Rudy, gets the first down. That's big. Man, Keenum over 370 yards. And a big day for Kyle Rudolph. 6 receptions, 80 yards.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Maybe they'll run again. CJ Ham checks in at fullback. Still Murray in the backfield. 2 receivers on the top. They'll give it to Murray. Murray breaks through the first hole and picks up a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 upcoming. How's it going, Shane?
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5.
You're a Christmas turkey. That's funny. That's how we're going to win, though. Cam's going to have a decent game as far as yardage because we're not going to run well against you guys, as vice versa as well. Keenum again running to Murray, this time stuffed. A loss of 2. Here comes Keenum. A big 3rd and 7 upcoming. Yo, if both happens, can you imagine?
Really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
A 3rd and a long 7. The Vikings offensive line will have to endure the pass rush of the Eagles. They've already given up, I believe, 5 sacks in the day. Keenum's been red hot. They line up with a bunch of 3 receivers on the top of the screen, 1 on the bottom. I think it's Diggs. Under center, Keenum. 7-step drop, looking. Throws a strike. It's David Morgan.
It's Morgan.
A strike past the center line of the field. Keenum nearing the 400-yard marker.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done.
Yeah, I think we will play 8 guys in the whole game. They're going to make you Nick Foles beat us. No turnovers here. Case. 3 receivers bunch to the bottom of the screen. Case running up the middle. Murray in the hole. Murray to the 30. Nearing field goal range.
Get it to their 30-yard line. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
Now, how conservative do you get here? Overtime. A field goal, all you need is defense to stop and you win. You don't want a turnover here. A touchdown, you win automatically. I'd say you have to trust your quarterback. Throwing it deep, we've been pretty good at all year. We can't take sacks though, so you have to be a little bit conservative here, I'd say. But then line up with 3 receivers and out of the shotgun is Keenum. Maybe a running play out of the shotgun and catch him off guard. 4 receivers on the field. Keenum, and there they do. They run it with Murray. Murray picks up a couple. They'll go only gain of 1. 2nd and 9.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The best defensive lineman.
Yeah, Gentles. I mean, on an all-pro automatically, it's like automatic.
Offensive linemen have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play.
Yeah, true, Jacob.
Great example of a really good run.
2nd and 9. Maybe catch him off guard. They're going to be run blitzing like crazy. Play action here could do very good. But that run with Murray again, he picks up a couple more. A 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They've had some success here in overtime in this opening.
I like the idea of like a little quick slant, something nice, nice and easy. Something that's a high percentage completion and won't get picked off. Line up with, again, a bunch on the top of the screen. It's Diggs on the bottom, Murray in the backfield. 3-step drop. Keenum looking underneath. He has a man. If he wants it, he'll take a sack. That's a big sack. He'll bring him to the 32.
They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Vinny Curry in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
Almost 40 people in here. How's it going, you guys? You guys joined a great stream.
6 sacks given up in this one.
43. Whew. To give them the first lead in overtime. A long field goal upcoming. Kai Forbat's been perfect today.
To at least get him a lead here in overtime.
The snap, spot, good. Kai Forbat up and it is good. The Vikings defense needs to get a hold, and they'll be going back to Minnesota for the Super Bowl.
On the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now it'll be up to their defense to try and see this one out.
So remember now, a field goal on this next drive would get us to sudden death. Any kind of turnover or turnover on downs would end the game, as would any touchdown. So this one's still very much up in the air.
The Vikings defense has been giving up these last-minute scores like crazy the last couple of games. They need one stop here. 4 down territory for the Eagles. They need to at least get a field goal to extend this game. Then it's sudden death. Philly fields it at the goal line. They already had 1 kick return for a touchdown. This time they don't get a whole lot. It gets past 25 to 28. 3 yards more than if they would have fielded taking a knee. Here comes Nick Foles, a giant. He's been the heart and soul of this offense all day. I'd say they'll go back to him here. No need to panic.
I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah,
hi, I see you, Luke.
Pushing to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance.
You need sleep. Sorry, Jacob. This is too hype for you to sleep.
Finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Hey, if you guys want, yeah, you guys can start talking about it now. I'm planning on playing a game afterwards. You guys can decide who you want me to play against and who do you want me to play as. Foles. Everybody else out. He has all the time on. Throws it deep. Incomplete. 3 Vikings in coverage. Looks like he had a step on him, but it would have had to been a dime.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the
Not quite. I got 575. Those are the comments.
They may have to change accordingly.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, it's back in. I clicked the wrong thing. Foles. And it's a big sack! Everson Griffin! A big sack, 3rd and 17 upcoming.
For a loss of 7. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think
do the two losing teams?
With you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
A big 3rd and 17, 4 down territory. If you're the Eagles, we're going to make it about 8 here to make it a 4 down and manageable. The Vikings can get all types of pressure with the 4 down linemen. Vikings blitz 4. A quick pass here, incomplete. 4th and 17 for the game for a trip to Minnesota for the Super Bowl.
Vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And here's your ball game. Down 3 in overtime, but they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Vikings have got the new line of scrimmage. The Vikings blitz 5. Foles has time, throws a strike, and Trey Waynes ends it. We're back to Minnesota for the Super Bowl. An overtime thriller. Trey Waynes ends it, beating the #1 seed Nick Foles-led Eagles. The Vikings going back home to Minnesota to host the first Super Bowl in modern history.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime, that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins.
No, I ain't no Paul Allen. My throat hurts after that. Look at Keenum. Holy cow. One of the best stat lines you'll ever see. 123.9 rating, 28 out of 34 for 387 yards. 82 completion percentage, only 1 touchdown, no interceptions. This is the most important thing, no interceptions. The 1 interception by Foles was the last play, so that doesn't matter that much. 11.3 yards per attempt, that's insane. Along as 70. Rushing Ajayi tore us up. So both 2 unrealistic stat lines for each team. Ajayi 31 for 176, a 5.6 average, only 1 touchdown, which is pretty crazy when you have 176 yards. Murray's okay. 28 for 80. Receiving, Treadwell led the day with receiving, 6 for 90. Rudy 6 for 80. As far as yards, Diggs of course 4 for 113. No, where's Thielen? Thielen's way down here, 2 for 26. And who had all those sacks? 1.5 for Curry, Jerrigan 1.5, Jenkins 1.5, Robinson had 1, Everson had 1, Daniil had 1, Kendricks had 1, half for Fletcher, half for Graham. Ince 1 for Waynes. Well, that's wild. So who do you... That's funny, Jacob. So, who do you guys want me to play? First off, do you want me to play a computer team, or do you want me to play someone online? If it's online, I'll be the Vikings. Otherwise, I could replay this game for you if you guys would like. Or we can play any type of custom games you want. Online? Alright. Been a while since I played online, so let's see if I still have it. But as you see, say my overall record? Good night. I'll do the next Thursday. I'll do the AFC Championship game. I'll play the Vikings versus the winner in the Super Bowl game for that one. So I'll do that then. So I think a live against someone online here is good. Give you guys something different. I don't play online very often. Yes, continue searching. Take your time, Madden. You know, Shane, if you add me, send me a request, JDOSC, I'll play you. Yes, keep on searching. Since this is taking forever, Shane, I will play you. Yeah, just gonna send me a request. Or if anybody else wants to get on fast. Oh, we just found somebody after this game. Are you SSJ, whatever? So I'll play this game. If one of you guys want to play me, I'll play whoever. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be on, but if you add me, I'll accept your request. I don't really care. And if I'm on, and if you want to play, sure.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry.
There? What? Are we in a mirror match? Oh, sorry, Ryan. I am streaming, so I'm gonna be talking a lot, so I might annoy you a little bit. Yeah. If you're too annoyed, I'll make a party quick so you don't have to hear me. Stop playing. Well, are you the SSJ guy, Shane?
The scene a short time ago. This crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full.
Too much purple. I do respect Vikings fans, though. Let's see how good you are. It's been a while since I played online, so I might be a little bit rusty.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee.
You going with the Vikes here? You think so?
At the 21-yard line.
You think the Vikings have a chance in this one? It's gonna suck now that the Vikings are gonna be popular because they're in the Super Bowl. So everybody's gonna be playing with them. I probably could go deep here if I wanted.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think
that's Madden 18.
A couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football.
Oh boy.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Oh, it's a Diggs! Are you god awful?
Jars the ball and brings up 3rd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we
oh boy, Diggs is wide open there. I guess it's my judgment that you would. I forgot that he had a giant box of popcorn before the game.
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing his Keenum on 3rd down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got the first down yardage before he's
see what he does
at the 42. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a first down throw.
Oh, throw the ball. I had McKinnon wide open.
They got him for a sack. Linval Joseph with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Oh, I have it.
Play action. Now it's Keenum.
Oh, no. Okay, he jumped that too good. He controlled him. Without his computer, I think I had it, but he controlled the safety, and it's Harrison Smith, so that was a good play. Yeah, no, I saw McKinnon, I threw it, but it's where Madden you have a little delay when you press the throw button.
First interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
He's probably throwing here.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. All right, here we go. On second down, here's Keenum.
He thinks I'm a rookie. I know how to audible. Yeah, I know how to audible, kid. Look the right way, Waynes. Don't turn around. Nah, I don't like playing coverage. I like being a pass rusher. I'll take your advice, Gentle Zombie. I ain't no rookie. I know how to audible.
And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, here's Keenum. He's got it complete to
Let's see. I'll be like the Vikings a little bit.
Before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I'll be a little realistic here.
On first down, Murray.
Be a little realistic here. Be a little play action.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the 50, it's Keenum. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
See if he can adjust to me. I'm too fast for him now.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why
too fast for him.
You swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Right side,
too fast for him. He has nothing. I'll slow it down though. We'll change it up. Let him take a little breather. Let my offensive guys take it slower. Yeah, they're probably all tired. His defenders are getting tired too. That's all right. Oh, get my pulling guard gets that one guy.
He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs, and let's face it, they know how to finish plays.
Are you trying to play man over there?
Up, run right through him.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum.
When man doesn't work against Thielen, it doesn't work against Thielen.
Down after a good game. Give him 30 yards there. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one.
Poke it across. Let's go. Who plays the Vikings better than me? Nobody.
Taking it in. And the Vikings
Let's see how leggy this is. That's why I don't like playing online, because kicking field goals is always really wonky.
Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one.
And I'm pretty sure you can totally hear me, unless you can turn that off, which I hope you can. So I would hate if I was him right now.
6 points.
Touchdown.
Oh, man's tricky though. If it's like roads, it depends on the plays, right? If you see man, you have to call the play calls accordingly. If it's cover 2, you can attack the middle of the field, quick outs, things like that. If it's cover 1, you want to go deep. Cover 3 zone, you have to like read the zone and do different plays that attack zone better. Miss. Get out here, TV. I ain't gonna miss. I ain't garbage. I think he'll probably try to trick me here and pass out of a 3 tight end set. Or it's only. That's alright. You a fool? He just handed the ball. I was right in his arms. I know. I played this game before. I ain't no rookie.
That play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Watch him. He's going to do a play action now. It's like the same setup. He's going to play action out of it. Oh, he's actually going to run twice? He's stupid. Well, that's the end of the quarter. So the thing about 5-minute quarter, you just have to score once and you pretty much win if you know how to play defense at all. And it's pretty much just reading what they do.
Offense working with a 3rd and 13 still left.
So we should get a good pass rush here because the Vikings don't have a very good offensive line, especially against the Vikings defensive line. Especially when you get sacked. Because I like that. I'm pretty sure I know what he did. He was trying to throw it deep, but it's Madden. So instead of being able to throw, you just pump it and you take the sack. So there we go. I told you I'm the best player at all times. Sorry, Ryan. You had to play this against me. Earn your pride just a little bit. You picked the Vikings, so I give you all the respect in the world. As long as you're a real Vikings fan, not just picking them for the lulz, because they're very good. I got your fake. Oh. Reverse fields a little bit. Juke you out of your shoes. JK get tackled, but it's all right. I don't want to return. Returning punch is too boring, you know. I'm gonna make him rage quit because he'll get so sick of me talking.
A long drive, but not just that.
I own it.
Air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory,
look at this. So 2 shallow safeties. There's press coverage on the outside.
And that was amazing because that drive went
oh shoot,
no
wrong button.
Adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And the D-line pinching together,
probably won't work.
The run.
That will.
Here's Keenum.
Hey, but except that it won't because you have Laquan Shuttle will drop it when it's in the numbers.
Well, hey, that gives us a second here to sneak in the discussion about fantasy football players who won championships.
You just drill him right in the face mask and he drops it because he's mad. Maybe that's realistic for Treadwell, who knows. I know a lot of the Vikings fans are pretty low on Treadwell, but I think he's still pretty good. I like to see him just have a big game, but
wherever it came from, a lot of it is just in the spirit of helping others, you know? So, hey, I won my league. This
I don't know what this kid's thinking. I ain't no novice. Except that, my God, the Vikings can't block the one guy need to get blocked.
It did not hurt that this really sprang up around.
Holy cow, I know Linval Joseph is good. I have a double team on him. They just go, we'll go for the linebacker instead. Be good. Don't you cover this guy?
Their charity causes Kitty when the whole thing is done.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum.
Oh, Diggs! I'll take it. It's a hit by Sendejo.
No second guessing.
Yeah, feller. No, the Vikings won in overtime.
Football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up, but they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about it.
Now I'm showing the world I'm the best player ever against online people. As only I can punt it that good. Look at that corner punt. Look at that. Look at that. He had a decent return, so it didn't look as good. Through a screen, halfback split screen, right? 2 tight ends, 2 receivers. I'm gonna say he won't be stupid. He won't run against me. But he also might. Who knows? But I can play zone and still beat him. Yeah, he's. Okay, he's bad. I don't know why he'd drift over to where I have my best cover guy. Get that drop and take your 2 yards. Oh, 6, but still 3rd and long.
Give him 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Why is
Keenum.
No. He's going for it. If he doesn't make this, he'll probably rage quit, so that's unfortunate. Good thing for me, I'm not no novice, so I'll be able to intercept this quick.
They do go for it. It's Keenum.
I ain't no novice, kid. I'm sorry, Ron. You're playing against the wrong kid to do that. Playing against the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I don't look at I only go coach selections. So I don't dig in the playbook a whole lot.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
Detroit! Detroit! Oh, man. That's so wide open. Look at this. This hole's as big as Snooki's vagina. Okay.
Down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get
the quarterback
hit a lot that way, too.
See what he's doing. He's blitzing the safety. I can clearly see that. I also can see I'm almost about a first down. Look at that. You see the safety creep up around the other side. It works every time.
A minute 59 to go in the first half.
You asked for it, so here's your play. You asked for it, here's your play. I'll do it to the wide side of the field. Here's your play. Here's your play. Here's the play you wanted, Nat. If it doesn't work, it's your fault. It doesn't work, it's your fault.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
You suck. I did that for you.
And that's gonna make
I love my fans.
Down. And Forbath will put this one through. And
I'm gonna guess he'll play till halftime. If he can't score quick at halftime, he'll probably rage quit. If I know anybody that plays a Madden.
Right down the middle.
Well, I sucked in that kick.
Just the way you used to hit him, Brandon.
This fielded a few yards.
Kai, I like that. I call him King Kai because I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan.
And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Vikings now.
Okay, so probably almost for sure a Hail Mary here.
Went for it on fourth, turned it
Only 2 receivers though, so it's not Hail Mary-esque.
Held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense.
Okay. Come on, Rhodes.
I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
That factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing is Keenum. Quick throw here, that's complete.
Okay, that's 2 times he just beat my coverage.
It's a gain of 11
First time I did zone, he threw underneath it. Last time I did man. And he had the drag route.
Now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it, we can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
On first down, it's Keenum.
Oh, I blitzed everybody. Kid, it wasn't just me, it was everybody.
Now they got him for a sack. Anthony Barr.
Anthony Barr.
Drops him for a loss of 6. Here's Keenum now on second down. And his throw is in.
Nah, get out of here, kid. Ain't gonna work on me twice.
A lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On third and long.
Man, I'm getting double team. And all he knows how to do is to do drags, but it works, I guess.
He's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25.
Oh, it's 4th and inches. All right.
16, but even that's not quite enough.
Did he kick the field goal? He kicks the field goal. He's still in the game. He should kick it. Let's see what type of balls he has. He could probably just sneak it if he wanted to. Yeah, he's sneaking it all the way.
The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to. He didn't even down him. He just laid there.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
All right, we'll get the quick INT. Take it back for 6.
As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Taking forever to call his plays. Holy cow. You don't know where the drag play is yet, bud?
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. After the run, Keenum gonna throw. He's gonna flip that.
No, get out of here, kid. Oh, you're staying in bounds? Oh no, he can go no huddle. He'll do no huddle. I don't expect a deep ball at all. Oh man, that's stupid. Hey, how they program tackles to jump on those. Accidentally press R2 and your guy will lean. Now we got an easy 5 yards. That's my bad.
Will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Dude, do something that'll make him panic.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Oh, I had time. Intercepted. I made him panic. I made him panic. Rage quit. Is he on pause screen? Rage quit? No. Okay. Ryan's got some balls. Maybe. See what he does here. Sorry, Case. I'm the real Case. You're the fake.
Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
You stupid fool!
Thielen on the right side. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Can we get this quick field goal?
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the
He's
blitz,
blitzing the safety again, no?
calls, got the line engaged,
yeah, he is. My
my
God, if he could throw a ball.
Down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now.
I had that.
Really good strike. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well.
Why does the throw button take 20 minutes to throw? I pressed X 3.5 years ago.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position, and sometimes if you lose that,
I know I can pick it up, and coach is like, "Oh, we're done."
And try and bat the ball away, and that's exactly what happened there.
So now 3rd and 10.
We give up.
Play to start the drive, but nothing since. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Those two die block.
The final shot before the break. Keenum.
Damn. Should have just thrown it deep. I didn't know I had that low. That I had that little bit of time. That sucks.
Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime
bah.
interrupted, and we are ready to get to
double hundreds. Got my tendency down.
This is fielded at the goal line.
But he still sucks. Don't worry.
20-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
What's he gonna do now? He's gonna get still timid. What's he doing? Looking timid.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that.
Is he gonna do it more underneath stuff? Probably underneath route to dig.
But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case,
I don't know why he's so scared. Nice pass.
Execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Keenum to throw on 2nd down.
Like all he knows how to do is those underneath passes. All he knows how to do.
That'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's all he knows what to do.
The Vikings on
I can
third
stop
down.
that.
0 for
Easy
3
to
to
stop.
this point.
Hit
They
stick
could
him.
use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Oh, that another underneath drag route? I ain't stupid. Oh my god. Roads get plowed over. 4th and inches.
And it'll be 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And he's got the
Hit him with the Harrison Smith stick.
Down at the 39-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th
Oh,
and
there's underneath drag route. $20 underneath drag route.
They go play action here on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep.
I tried to switch to Rhodes and switch me to Harrison Smith. Should have been intercepted.
So this is
Try again?
Are
you Luis?
It's chipped away a little bit.
Make him fumble? I'm trying my best.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions.
He's doing underneath drag route, so I just have to tackle. Not even really a chance to do that. Hi.
Keenum will try again on 2nd down.
Nice pass, idiot.
The hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
Just another underneath drag route. He literally does one play. How do you think it's gonna work?
Like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's gonna make the big play?
Hey, nice play. That's almost like I knew it was gonna happen. That's almost like I knew exactly what you do. Like you literally do one play.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard.
I don't know if anybody told you have more than one play in your offensive playbook.
Possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now it's Keenum. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's brought down.
Look at that. That's not an underneath drag route, kid. Take notes. There's more than one play to choose from. More than one play.
And there's another completion to the tight
Look,
end.
you can run the ball too. I mean, you can't really, but that wasn't the point.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys.
More of a defensive guy? Maybe more of a god-awful guy at Madden.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Sorry. If I would have seen that getting open earlier, it would have been super easy. That was just a super late read. Completely my bad.
You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception.
I should have been more patient.
In the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Throwing his Keenum on 3rd down. The Vikings.
How bad's the offensive line? Holy cow!
With a big-time sack on 3rd down.
I have 2.5 seconds to throw.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one's out of
What is that, a perfect punt? My God, this game?
The 6-yard line.
Yeah, you guys saw me be able to score before. I'm just showing you that I can also punt. Sorry, a little bit late. The chat's a little bit later than live. I didn't even see it in time.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Morgan.
I don't know why you think I'm stupid. It was...
It's 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And he'll give it here.
You'll actually run the ball?
And they'll blow that one
Sorry, I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm not sure if you noticed, that wasn't the play you always do.
But these guys going to chop into that deficit.
I really don't want to play a linebacker.
Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No yardage to be found.
That's R2 again.
Now Keenum throwing on second.
Oh, looks like my cover. You're only 2 routes. You don't do anything. It's weird how that works.
He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Third and long. It's Keenum.
Oh, triple coverage? Yeah, at least he isn't quitting. Like, Brian, if you can hear me, there's only people that would have already quit by now. I'll give you all types of credit. Yeah, Peaceman. Look at his trash. Oh, is he quitting now? Do we talk too soon, or did the game freeze? Oh, hey, oh, nothing happened. Oh, man. I thought nothing was happening.
And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. The Vikings offense now, they get ready.
Being with his own medicine now.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get
I can do drag routes too. It's not too hard.
Command of this game yourself.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well,
he was controlling that right cornerback last time. I could totally take advantage of that. I could totally take advantage of that. I could totally take advantage of that.
Adam Thielen, 37 yards, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That's all I'm trying to press him.
Still plenty of time left in the game, but now.
But I just did deep routes and just lobbed it over his head.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game being on second half, no matter what.
Fake score a touchdown.
First 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
You just invite me to my own broadcast?
Forbath out to kick this one away.
DJ Ham. It's Dick.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And down on the scoreboard.
That's all fakes and field goals? I probably should, but I feel like that's just insulting.
Has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation.
I wonder when he's just going to start throwing it deep. I don't know why he hasn't started that. He's in his drag formation thing, so I'll just play underneath coverage.
Now Keenum. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle.
Hey, he finally made another different read. Different. I don't have that, huh? Yeah, it was that full drive, so he finally did his primary target there. So that's something different. He's making strides in the right direction. But enough of that.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Is he in that formation? No, it's something a little bit different. No. It just sucks. Whenever you get blitzed in Madden, it's like it just swallows you up. You just don't have a chance.
In there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon. On second down, here's Keenum.
I know how to change my plays, bud. I ain't doing the same play twice. But you got lucky because you have 3.5 years to throw.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On 1st and 10.
No. That's hilarious.
He'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Let's do it again.
In there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon.
He thinks he has me. He thinks he has me. Hey, I'm trying to get him back to the other side of the ball. Yeah, you actually can't do play action on blitzing 3 linebackers. Oh, it's so funny. He's probably so pissed right now.
What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. To throw is key.
Screen. Set up perfectly. McKinnon got through 1, got 4. Oh, man. Feel sorry for the kid at this point.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackle. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game.
See if he can get something underneath in there.
One here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Keenum got to have this one.
Kind of gave that to him. Well, at least 1 touchdown. I ain't no charity or organization. He has to earn it.
22 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down.
Oh, had a guy right there. Playing with fire, bud.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. Going to throw deep for the end
Out of bounds.
And they went for a big
I don't know why Harrison wasn't there.
2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead 4th quarter.
They're not going to let him have the middle of the field this time.
Passes like that downfield. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum.
I swallowed him up. Oh, man. I feel sorry for the kid.
In there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Let's go.
You gonna hike the ball? You gonna let it go to the 2-minute warning? That's a waste. Is he just gonna kick it now? Angle smash, that's a good play. But it's only really good for man coverage though. When you get man coverage on the running back, it makes a move on the linebacker, you can get like 15 yards on it. Do I really trust he's gonna go for it?
On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And Forbath will put
interesting
this
play.
one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. And that field goal.
I wish there were different ways to do onside kicks so it wasn't just obvious.
To run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put
I don't know why he's just giving up. He wants points. He feels good about himself or what? Right, if you can hear me, go on YouTube, go on JDoZ.
To kick it away after the field goal.
Look up JDoZ on the old. I got balls. I got balls of steel. Ah. Ah.
And he will be brought down here.
That would have been hilarious.
17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start
I'll be
yourself,
nice about it, though.
You don't go away from what you did before because that worked.
I'll be nice about this last drive.
Because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Yeah, but give me a giant hole right there.
This time to the tailback. And a short
I don't want to take advantage of it,
he'll take
but
this up to right around the 20. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had
I like zone.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding
like
him
this,
the football?
there's like nobody over there.
First and foremost, they do believe that over time he might actually pop one of
3 on 3.
But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
10th carry of the game now. Murray. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new
first down. Yeah, we dig it.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And pushes way forward to about the
and here's the game, folks.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And this
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we won without question. The best man player of all time. Sorry, Ryan. You're actually really good. Probably top tier. But unfortunately for you, had to play against the absolute best Madden player of all time, DBZ. So you can go for your loss, for your consolation prize. You can give me a subscription on YouTube, youtube.com. DBZ. Look me up, give me the subscribe, especially if you are a Vikings fan. Do all kind of good Vikings content over there. I'm sure you guys are probably getting a little sick of Madden, huh? You guys about ready to go? Yeah, I think I got some more stuff to do too. But I think it was a really lit stream. I had a ton of fun. Hope you guys had a good time too. But I think I am ready to call it. I'll do my Eagles game preview. It'll probably be up tomorrow. I'll try to record it tonight, get it edited, and see if I can get it up. If you're lucky, it'll be up around noon tomorrow. Otherwise, maybe tomorrow evening.
This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
I think we had it.
It's a win for the Vikings.
Look at all the categories I won it.
From Minneapolis.
Yeah, thanks everybody that tuned in. Whether you joined in just now or if you joined in for the whole length of the stream, appreciate everybody. Thursday, another stream. If you thought this one was fun, next time should be just as fun. It'll be the AFC Championship. I'll probably just do 10-minute quarters. I might see if people want full 15-minute quarters. I'll do it. Otherwise, just 10-minute quarters because it's not the Vikings, so I don't think you guys care as much. Then I'll do the Vikings versus the winner for the Super Bowl. But Vikings versus Eagles game preview coming up very shortly. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next DBZ Vikings video. See you then.